there are three main skills that have to exist for a business to flourish. And flourish is a tough word because there's a lot of people who make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a year just knowing one of them, right? And so the three main sides of the stool for any business are acquisition, delivery, right, and shared services, right? And the delivery is going to be product, client experience, et cetera. You've got the shared services, which is going to be all the things to make sure you don't go to prison, right? Paying taxes, doing HR, payroll, all that kind of stuff. And then you have the getting of customers, right? So you got to get customers, you got to fulfill the thing that you said you were going to do, and then you got to make sure no one goes to prison. And so those are kind of the three circles as I see them. And so naturally, most people are not good at all of them. Right? We tend to have, natural dispositions or proclivities towards one of those three things. Some people are just naturally more promotion type. Some people are naturally product people. And as I've developed in the entrepreneur game, I've connected with more people. I've met true product entrepreneurs, and they have a completely different outlook. And some of them are still wildly, wildly wealthy, right? But there's difficulties for each of those paths are difficult, right? They're just different. So the guys who are really good at promoting can never make anything stick. They're just pure marketing businesses. And for most people, 0 to 1 million is just about learning how to sell one product to one person on one channel, right? Very specific avatar, very specific problem, one specific channel of acquisition. If you can do that, you can go from 0 to 1 million, right? That's what you can do. Going from 1 to 10 million is much more about increasing the lifetime gross profit per customer, which is going to come down far more to the delivery and the product. So what's the experience and what's the deliverable that they're going to get? And how likely is it that they're going to pay a premium and refer a friend, right? And so if you nail that part down, then all of a sudden you can skyrocket from 1 to 10, right? Because the thing is so good that people tell their friends about it. And the thing is it's not just that they tell their friends. You have so much more goodwill, you have higher ascension rates, and the profit goes through the roof when you don't have to keep reselling people. That's the piece that everyone misses. Like, the reason that we took home $17 million our second year in business off $28 million, which is pretty insane as a profit margin, with that level of growth, we went from me in the book having $1,000 on December 26th of 2017 to the same date, 12 months later, having $3 million in profit in my bank account after taxes, to 12 months after that, having $17 million in earnings. Now I had to write a nice $8 million tax bill there, but you get what I'm saying here, right? Is that there's this massive jump, but the reason it was there was because I had so much goodwill. Like, the product that I sold was $16,000, but I just told you earlier that the average they cash collected in the first 30 days was 30 grand. So the value discrepancy, and they still had the system that they could use the next month for 30 grand, and the next month for 30 grand, the next month for 30 grand. And so for me, they were calling me back up like, dude, what else do you have? Like, I didn't need to, I didn't even need to have an ascension process. They were like, dude, I'll buy anything, everything that you sell, I'm buying. And so I had to just create the track afterwards. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to build you, but I promise it'll be good. And so I had all these guys sign 3-year agreements for $126,000 a pop, and there was no actual deliverable. I had zero. They were like, I trust you. You said what you were going to do here. What you delivered was far in excess of that. I'll sign up for the next thing. Because shoot, the first thing pays for the next thing. And I think that's one of the keys that a lot of people don't understand with the continuity and having ascension is that you buy the goodwill based on the first transaction. And the end of your quote value ladder is the last time that you develop a customer surplus. And so what a customer surplus is the difference between your price and your value. So you can charge 100% of your value and the price. And you will have what I would just consider an economic exchange. It's a fair exchange of value. The person leaves satisfied. They're not going to tell their friends. They might not buy again, but they are satisfied. You're not going to get chargebacks and refunds. They're like, okay, he said he would do this. This is what he did. Cool, right? But the thing is the more you can lower that, and the thing is there's two ways you can create that discrepancy. You can raise the value or you can lower the price. For most people, lowering the price is not a good way to do it, right? But if you can raise the value, then that surplus you basically can carry forward into your next sale. But at the moment that the next sale, let's say your next sale is 5 times the price, whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, that 5 times the price, there's a certain percentage of people that got value in excess of 5 times what they first bought, and then they will buy the next thing. And here's the thing, is that most people just don't have that much value to provide. And so that last transaction or the second sale or the third sale, depending on where their value ladder ends, that's where your value ladder ends only when your ability to provide value matches your price.
So whenever I am someone who wants to do these upsells and I want to be able to provide more value, At this point, you're basically saying that the key thing to develop is not necessarily that marketing or sales skills, but it's the ability to deliver true, genuine value and transformation above and beyond anything you can charge for.
Easy to say, hard to do. Yes.